Hello mga kawamat. In this video lesson, we will discuss solving practical problems involving piecewise functions. So this is the part 2 of this topic. So we will continue on this problem. Problem number 1. A printing shop charged 5 pesos per page for the first 100 pages. For more than 100 pages but not more than 300 pages, the customer pays 500 pesos plus 3 pesos per additional page beyond 100. For more than 300 pages, the customer pays the accumulated cost for the first 300 pages plus 2 pesos per additional page. So questions. First, construct a piecewise functions, P of x. B, find the cost of printing 250 pages. And letter C, if the teacher has 1,200 pesos, what is the maximum number of pages that can be printed? So first, let us express the given problem into a piecewise function. So dito muna tayo sa mga pag-identify ng mga interval and conditions. So sa unang interval, ang sabi dito, a printing shop charged 5 pesos per page for the first 100 pages. So, ang pinag-usapan natin dito ay papel, isang buong papel, no? So, kaya magsisimula ka sa 1. Since first 100 pages, ibig sabihin 100 ay kasama. So, ang gagamitin nating inequality symbol, una is yung greater than or equal kasi kasama nga si 1. And yung pangalawa, less than or equal 100 kasi kasama si 100. So, ito yung unang interval natin. Our x is greater than or equal to 1 but less than or equal to 100. So, ibig sabihin, ang first interval ay simula 1 hanggang 100. So, kung ang pagpiprint ay nandyan sa interval na yan, yung number of pages, ang babayaran ng customer ay 5 pesos per page. So, halimbawa, nagpa-print ka ng 2 pages lang. So, 5 pesos na ang isisingil sa'yo per page. Sa pangalawang interval, ang sinasabi for more than 100. So, pag sinabi natin more than, ibig sabihin greater than yon, no? For more than 100 pages, but not more than 300. So, yung not more than 300, ibig sabihin nun, kasama si 300. Kaya, ang ilalagay natin na inequality symbol ay less than or equal. So kung babasahin natin yung second interval at pag sinulat nyo, that is x is greater than 100 but less than or equal to 300. So ibig sabihin, bakit nagsimula tayo ng 100 ulit dito? Okay? Para makita natin yung continuity nung number natin. So, but of course, hindi dahil nilagay natin yung 100 dyan, ay kasama si 100. Tingnan nyo yung inequality symbol. Ang sinabi lang dyan, our x is greater than 100. So, yung mga pages na mas mataas sa 100, like 101, 102, up to 300. So, ang sabi dyan, ang babayaran ng customer, magbabayad siya ng 500 pesos plus 3 pesos per additional page beyond 100. For the third interval, so sabi for more than 300. So again, paulit-ulit ako sa more than, that is greater than, ibig sabihin. So ang symbol na gagamitin natin is greater than. So next, paano naman natin ilalagay yung functions na gagamitin sa bawat interval. So, ang sabi dito, for the first 100 pages, magbabayad ang customer ng 5 pesos. So, ganito lang siya, no? We will use, since nalagay dito sa function na gagamitin natin yung p of x is equal to 5x. So, again, yung x, that is the number of pages. So, halimbawa, 10 yung ipiprint mo, times 5 mo lang. So, alam mo agad kung magkano ang babayaran. So, sa unang interval, ito yung function na gagamitin natin. Sa pangalawang interval, where x is greater than 100, but less than or equal to 300, ito naman ang gagamitin nyo. So, magbabayad ka ng 500 pesos plus kapag sinabi na additional beyond. Okay, additional page beyond 100. So, ganito natin siya i-represent. x minus 100. No? So, sana naging familiar na kayo dun sa previous video natin sa part 1 itong discussion about problem solving about piecewise function para hindi na kayo malito kung paano natin i-represent. So, ang gagamitin natin function for the second interval is p of x is equal to 500 plus, ito yung 3 pesos, multiply x minus 100. Kasi ito yung magsasabi kung ilan yung beyond 100. So, halimbawa, nagpa-print ka ng 200 pages. So, 200 minus 100, so 100 times 3. So, 300 na lang yung idadagdag mo sa 500 pesos. So, bali 800 pesos yung babayaran mo. Sa pangatlo naman, at 300 pages, since wala siyang sinabi sa problem kung magkano no yung ah, ibabayad mo. Ang sinabi na lang pages, the customer pays the accumulated cost for the first 300. So now, ang gagawin muna natin, we need to compute how much you're going to pay kapag 300 pages. So, dito na makikita natin kung 300 pages yung ipiprint natin. So, 300 minus 100. So, ang sagot ay 200. Times 3, that is 600 plus 500. So, 1,100. So, ibig sabihin, kapag more than 300 pages, ang ibabayad ng customer ay 1,100 plus 2 pesos per additional page. Okay, ganito din yun. X minus 300. So, 1,100 plus 2 times x minus 100. So, therefore, ito yung piecewise function natin. P of x is equal to 5x. Gagamitin lang natin yung p of x is equal to 5x if your x is greater than or equal to 1 but less than or equal to 100. Pangalawa, p of x is equal to 500 plus 3 times x minus 100 kapag yung x ay greater than 100 but less than or equal to 300. And p of x is equal to 1,100 plus 2 times the quantity of x minus 300 if your x is greater than 300. So, tatandaan natin yung proseso, no? You need to express first the interval, the condition, and then saka kunin yung function isa-isa na gagamitin sa bawat interval hanggang sa mabuo natin itong piecewise functions. So step 2, we will find the cost of printing 250 pages. So mula dito sa piecewise function, so saang interval ang gagamitin natin? So itong pangalawa, no? Kasi dito pasok yung 250 pages. So kung ito yung gagamitin natin, since 250 is in the interval of 100, ay x is greater than 100, but less than or equal to 300. So gagamitin natin itong function na to. So p of x is equal to 500 plus 3 times x minus 100. So papalitan lang natin yung x ng 250. So 500 plus 3 times 250 minus 100, and that is 150 multiplied by 3. So you can use your calculator to confirm the answer or to check the answer. So 3 times 150, that is 450 plus 500. The answer is 950. So kapag 250 pages yung pinaprint mo, 950 pesos yung ibabayad. For step 3, if the teacher has 1,200 pesos, what is the maximum number of pages that can be printed? So itong 1,200 pesos, ito yung P of X. Okay? So gagamitin natin. So since 1,200 is more than the cost of 300 pages, kasi yung 300 pages, di ba? 1,100. Since yung 1, 2 ay more than sa 1,100, so ibig sabihin, ang gagamitin mong interval ngayon is yung pangatlo. Okay? Yung pangatlong functions na. Kasi hindi, mas mataas nga siya sa 300. So therefore, itong gagamitin nating functions. So, 1,100 plus 2 times the quantity of x minus 300 less than or equal 1,200. So, ito yung gagawin nating class. So, what we're going to do, kailangan natin malaman kung magkano yung maximum number of pages that can be printed. So, 2 times x minus 300. So, itong 1,100, nilipat na natin sa kabila, kaya 100 na lang. So, 2 times x, that will be 2x. And, okay. And then after that, so hindi mo na pala natin i-distribute. So, after nalipat yung 1,100 dito, naging ganito na siya. Tama? And then after nun, i-divide natin both side by 2. So kapag ito dinivide sa 2, ito na maiwan, x minus 300. So ito, kapag dinivide sa 2, 50 na lang. So therefore, kapag nilipat mo no, si 300 doon, magiging plus yan. So 300 plus 50 is 350. So since kapag nilipat ito, mag-change yung sign mo dapat. So your x dapat greater than na to, no? X is 350 is the maximum, no? The maximum number. So x is less than or equal 350. Okay, that will be your x now. Okay? So, thus, the maximum number of pages is 350. So, i-try natin, no? I-check nyo nga. Kung ito ang gagamitin mo, kung 300. So, 350 minus 300, the answer is 50 times 2, 100, no? Times plus 100. So, 2,100. Ay, no? 1,100. Tama ba? Okay, wait. So, 350 minus 300 is 50. Tama? Times 2, 100. So, that is 1,200. Okay, tama pala. Okay, so 350 is the maximum number of pages. Okay, so 1,200 can print at most 350 pages. So next problem, ito yung problem na talagang magagamit natin yung piecewise function pagdating sa tax bracket, no? Yung taxable income. Okay, so gagamitin natin yung umiiral ngayon, no, na tax bracket. Okay, kung paano kinukompute yung tax ng bawat empleyado dito sa Pilipinas. So, an employee annual taxable income is X in pesos, no? The current graduated tax schedule provides. So, kapag ang tax mo sa loob ng isang taon ay not over 250,000, ibig sabihin, wala ka pang tax. Exempted ka. Not exempted ka pa sa tax. Kung ang income mo sa loob ng isang taon, yung taxable income mo sa loob ng isang taon, ay hindi sumobra sa 250,000. Pero kapag ang income mo naman, taxable income mo, ay mas mataas sa 250,000 but not over 400,000, ang pag-compute ng tax sa sweldo mo ay 15% of the excess over 250,000. So later on, I'll give you an example kung paano natin gagamitin itong taxable table na to, yung mga tax bracket. And then, kapag ang sweldo mo o yung taxable income mo sa loob ng isang taon ay mas mahigit sa 400,000 but not over 800,000, ito ang gagamitin nating computation sa tax nyo. 22,500 plus 20% of the excess over 400,000. So, yan ang gagamitin. But if your taxable income ay mas mataas sa 800,000 up to, no? Not over 2 million. So, ito naman ang computation. 102,500 plus 25% of the excess over 800,000. And then, kapag sobra or mas mahigit sa 2 milyon ang taxable income mo sa loob ng isang taon but not over 8 million, ito naman ang computation. 402,500 plus 30% of the excess over 2 million. And then kapag more than 8 million, ito ang gagamitin. 2,202,500 plus 35% of the excess over 8 million. So, questions, express the annual tax as a piecewise function. Pangalawa, find the tax due if the annual taxable income is 600,000 pesos. So una, itong mga binanggit, so ililipat natin as interval, no, yung may condition. So ita-translate natin. So yung una, not over 250,000. So x is greater than or equal to 0 but less than or equal to 250,000. So makikita natin ha, dapat may continuity, no, yung number. So halimbawa ito 400,000. Dapat dito mag-start ka rin sa 400,000. Nag-NA natin 800 din ang start mo. Ganun ha ang continuity niyan ng interval. So that to translate the income bracket into conditions, so una, not over 250,000. So paano natin ilalagay ang interval? X is greater than or equal 0 but less than or equal to 250,000. So bakit mag-start ka sa 0? Again, yung 0.1, 0.2 ay value na yon, no? Hindi kagaya kanina sa unang example natin na per piece, pages ang pinag-uusapan. Kaya magsisimula ka sa 1. Tama? Dahil wala namang 0.5 na page. 0.6, no? So dito, since pera ang pinag-uusapan, normal na mayroong decimal. Okay? So hindi palaging whole number. Pangalawa, over 250,000. So kapag sinabing over, ibig sabihin greater than yon. Kaya hindi na natin lalagyan ng equal. So dapat x is greater than 250,000 at yung sabi niya, but not over 400,000. So ibig sabihin, si 400,000 ay kasama pa. So x is greater than 250,000 but less than or equal 400,000. So pangatlo, over 200, over 400,000. Ito 'yon. So x is greater than 400,000 but not over 800,000. X is less than or equal. So lahat ng lahat dito meron ng less than or equal. So dun sa panghuli, so ang sabi dito kapag more than nasa 8 million, so itong gagamitin nyo. 2,202,500 plus 35,000 of the excess of 8 over 8 million. So kapag ginawa natin yung piecewise function, ganito na yung pong magiging itsura. Okay? So yung t of x, ibig sabihin mo, ito yung function na gagamitin nyo to compute your tax. So kapag ang tax, yung taxable income mo ay hindi susobra sa 250,000, ang babayaran mo lang ay 0. Wala. Tax exempted ka. And then, kapag ang taxable income mo ay mas mataas sa 250,000 pero hanggang 400,000, ito ang gagamitin nyo. 22,500 plus 0.2, okay, 0.2 minus 400. Ito yan ha, ito yung binabasa ko. Yung pangatlo na, 22,500 plus ang 20%, ginawa ko ng decimal, plus 0.20 multiply to x minus 400,000. Okay. So 102 plus 500 plus 0.25 if your x is minus 800,000. And then 402, p of x is equal to 402,500 plus 0.3 times x minus 2 million. And last, t of x is equal to 2,202,500 plus 0.35 times x minus 8 million. Kapag your x is greater than 8 million. So we're going to answer letter B, find the tax due if the annual taxable income is 600,000 pesos. So saan pasok dito sa piecewise function natin yung 600,000? So sa pangatlo, no? Ito, yung x is greater than 400,000 but less than or equal 800,000. So, dyan siya pasok. So, ang gagamitin natin na function is yung t of x is equal to 22,500 plus 0.22 times x minus 400,000. So, we will substitute. Papalitan lang natin yung x ng 600,000. So, 22,500 plus 0.2 times 600,000 minus 400,000. So that is 200,000 times 0.20, ang sagot ay 40,000. Idagdag sa 22,500, ibig sabihin, yung 600,000 na taxable income mo, okay, sa loob ng isang taon, ang babayaran mo sa tax mo ay 62,500. Sa buong taon yan, no? Pero kung if you want to compute kung magkano yan monthly, so i-divide nyo lang. 62,500 divide 12. So nasa 5,208, no? Ang monthly mo sa tax. Malaki-laki 'yon. So take note, the income tax function is a piecewise function because the tax rate changes at specific income levels. So always identify the correct interval before substituting the income value into the corresponding formula. So the function ensures that the tax is computed gradually, so progressive taxations. So another problem in relation to our tax bracket, yung pinakita kanina. So Anna has an annual taxable income of 390,000, while Ben has annual taxable income of 410,000 pesos. Use the Philippine Graduated Income Tax Schedule above. No, yung kanina. So letter A, express the tax schedule as a piecewise function. Ito yung kanina, pinakita ko na. B, determine Anna's annual income tax. Letter C, determine Ben's annual income tax. D, Ben entered the 20% bracket. Does this mean his entire 410,000 is tax of 20%? Explain. So, ito na yung gagamitin natin, no? So, sasagutin natin yung letter B, yung kay taxable income ni Ana. So, 390,000 saan pasok? Dito sa pangalawa. Okay, so pangalawa. So, gagamitin natin yung 0.15 times x minus 250,000. So, yun ang gagamitin natin. So, papalitan natin yung x ng 390,000. So, 0.15 times 390,000 minus 250,000 is 140,000. Times 0.15, the answer is 21,000. So, ibig sabihin, sa loob ng isang taon, ang babayaran mo sa tax ay yung tax mo na babayaran mo is 21,000. So kung bi-monthly mo yan, around 1,750 no, sa isang buwan. So tingnan naman yun natin yung 410,000. So si 410,000 pasok na dito sa pangatlo. Okay, kagaya ng problem number 1 natin about tax, no? So, ito ang gagamitin natin sa pangatlo na. So, 22,500 plus 0.20. So, x minus 400,000. So, papalitan lang natin yung x natin ng 410,000. So, 22,500 plus 0.20 times 410,000 minus 400,000. So, 22, if you're going to subtract, that is 10,000 times 0.20, the answer is 2,000. So, 22,500. So, yan ang 22,500 plus 2,000, 24,500. So, kung i-divide natin sa 12 yan, nasa 2,000 may get, no, ang monthly tax mo. So, ang tanong, does this mean that is enter for 110,000 is taxed at 20%? The answer is no. Kasi yung 20% rate applies only on the amount in excess of 400,000. So, Ben first 400,000 is already accounted for in the 22,500 base tax. So, only the 10,000 exists is the tax at 20%. So, hindi yung buong 400,000 ha na pag-compute ng 20%. So, ibawas pa natin yon. So no, so the answer is 20% applies only, no? That same with this. Next tayo. Okay, I think this is the last problem. So Carlo annual taxable income increased from 780,000 to 850,000 after receiving additional taxable compensation. Una, we can express tax schedule as a piecewise function. Pangalawa, determine his tax before the increase. And determine his tax after the increase. By how much did his annual tax increase? Explain why the entire 850,000 is not taxed at 25%. So this will be the piecewise function. Okay, noong tax bracket natin dito sa Pilipinas. So ito yung gagamitin. So, una, sasagutin natin magkano yung tax bago ang increase. So, that is 780,000. So, saan pasok yung 780,000? Ito rin, dito sa pangatlo. So, gagamitin natin yan. 22,500 plus 0.2 times. So, pinalitan na natin yung X dito ng 780,000 minus 400,000. The answer is 380,000 times 0.2. The answer is 76,000. And 76,000 plus 22,500. The answer is 98,500. Yung kay Ben naman, so that's 850,000. So, ang 850,000 saan na siya pasok? Dito na sa pang-apat, no? Yung 102,500 plus 0.25, ito yon times, ang X natin dito ay 850,000 minus 800,000. So, 102,500 plus 0.25, the answer will be 0.25 times 50,000 is 12,500. Add natin yung 102,500. The answer is 115,000. 115,000. And then letter D, by how much did the annual tax increase? So, yung before increase, 98,500 yung tax. After increase, naging 115,000. So, magkano din? Malaki din, no? 16,500. Okay, explain why the entire 850,000 is not taxed at 25%. Okay, so the answer is no. The 25% rate applies only on the amount excess of 800,000. So the first 800,000 has already been taxed under the lower bracket. The 102,500 is base base amount accounts for the tax on the previous bracket. So only the 50,000 pesos excess in tax at 2%. So if you want to practice, no, ito yung mga suggested question for your seat work. So pwedeng yan gawing practice exercises, no? I-try yung sagutan. At meron pa dito, no? Ito yung mga problems naman. If you want to try to answer, oh, so sagutan nyo yan.